And storms as we kick off the 4th of July. Holiday heat alert. Tens of millions from the Midwest to the north and southeast facing soaring temperatures. The heat index topping 100 degrees, and where severe storms are moving in, at least 6 reported twisters touching down. Ginger tracking it all.
Also this morning, President Trump feeling the heat over the cost of his Salute to America celebration. And now the census chaos as the president tries to add a citizenship question, even though the Supreme Court blocked it.
Miracle rescue. The newborn found alive.
Yes, there's a baby in the garbage.
The dramatic 911 call now revealed, and the new images the moment that baby is handed over to a surprised and overjoyed father.
Coco in control. The 15-year-old tennis phenom cruising into the 3rd round at Wimbledon, dominating an opponent twice her age. Now, wait till you see who wished her luck just before the match.
Shark alert as millions head to the beach. An 800-pound great white shark called Miss May just detected near a popular vacation spot.
And finals frenzy. The U.S. now set to take on the Netherlands in a World Cup showdown. Now Kristen Press, the hero soccer sub who scored big, joins us right here on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Excited for that big game. Good morning, America, and thank you for joining us on this 4th of July. We sure hope yours is off to a great start.
We're getting off to a great start here. Take a look at the Statue of Liberty on this beautiful Thursday morning. A lot of celebrations about to get underway out there.
And tens of millions will feel the heat as they celebrate from the south to the Midwest, all the way to the East Coast, and severe storms also moving in. Ginger is outside, starting us off with all the latest. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning to you. You can see that haze over the Statue of Liberty, and it feels like the 4th of July out here. It's 76 degrees already. A lot of spots around the tri-state already feeling like 80. Washington, D.C. already 80 degrees. So all the way down the coast, we're talking about summer heat. But it becomes potentially dangerous where you see those heat advisories. Southeast Georgia right into Orlando, which will feel like 105 today. Tallahassee, 107. Those numbers could approach 110. And that's when you're exposed for long periods of time, like you will be on the 4th of July, you have to be careful. Heat fuels storms, and you saw them in Ortega, Florida. Nearly 70-mile-per-hour winds busting those trees into the homes. And then in Wisconsin, this is Reedsburg, Wisconsin, they had more than 4 inches of rain fall out of these thunderstorms, and that caused flash flooding. So I think a large area of our country is going to see those pop-up summer thunderstorms. Watch for the lightning on that. Have your radar handy just in case. And just know that through the weekend, you could easily see 3+ inches, anywhere from Florida up to Pennsylvania. Some of those spots 4 to 6 inches, guys.
We know you'll be tracking it all. Ginger, thanks so much. On this 4th of July, final preparations are underway for President Trump's Salute to America event at the Lincoln Memorial as he faces growing questions about the cost and who will fill the seats. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is on the parade route in Washington with more on that story. Stephanie, good morning.
Whit, good morning. Last-minute preparations underway right here on the National Mall for President Trump's personal 4th of July celebration. The president calling it the show of a lifetime. From military bands to the Blue Angels fighter jets set to fly over the mall here, and the Bradley fighting vehicles on display already in front of the Lincoln Memorial. Now the president is defending his takeover of D.C.'s 4th of July traditional festivities, which will take place as planned. As for President Trump's Salute to America, his show will start at 6:30 Eastern Time right here at the Lincoln Memorial. Now, the president's opponents say he's turning a traditionally nonpartisan event into a militarized celebration of himself while using the troops and their military hardware as political props. Now, the administration insists the event is about patriotism and not politics. It is open to the public, although VIP tickets have been given to the Republican National Committee to hand out and to top donors as well. Now, those VIP guests will watch from the bleachers right over my shoulder, really close to the presidential podium. Whit.
And Stephanie, the big question many are asking is how much is all of this going to cost the taxpayers?
That's right. As for the price tag on all of this, the National Park Service is reportedly diverting $2.5 million from improvement projects. The Pentagon hasn't put a number on its contribution, and the White House is not saying what the price tag is on all of this. But the president did tweet yesterday, writing, "The cost of our great salute to America will be very little compared to what it's worth." Back over to you.
Stephanie Ramos in Washington, thanks so much. Cecilia?
Okay, the president is also facing a setback this morning on immigration over funding for his border wall. A federal appeals court in San Francisco agreeing to block Pentagon money from being used to build that wall. This defies the president's national emergency declaration back in February. This as now new images are emerging from inside those detention centers. This one from children separated from their parents. The drawings released by pediatricians show people behind, you can see them right there, bars and cages. And the president has a new message for migrants. He tweeted, if they're unhappy with the detention center conditions, quote, tell them not to come. And we're going to turn now to the president's head-spinning reversal on the 2020 census. He now says his administration is, quote, absolutely moving forward with that controversial citizenship question. This just one day after the administration said it would print the form without that question. Let's bring in White House correspondent Tara Palmieri. Tara, this really caught even his own Justice Department lawyers off guard.
That's right, Cecilia. Everyone appears to be experiencing some sort of whiplash here, including members of his own administration, since the form is currently being printed without the question. And now they're all scrambling to try to explain the president's tweet. Just 2 days ago, the Justice Department confirmed the census forms were being printed without the question, are you a U.S. citizen? 24 hours later, Trump reignited the fight with a tweet saying, we are absolutely moving forward as we must because of the importance of the answer to this question.
I think it's very important to find out if somebody's a citizen as opposed to an illegal.
The Census Bureau itself estimates millions of people, mostly minorities, would decline to answer that question, going uncounted. The crucial census count is used to determine how many seats each state gets in the House of Representatives and how federal dollars are spent. Trump's reversal sparking confusion. A Maryland federal judge involved in ongoing litigation over the question convened a conference call with the Justice Department. But DOJ lawyers were not able to explain the change. One saying, the tweet this morning was the first I had heard of the president's position on this issue. I do not have a deeper understanding of what that means at this juncture, other than what the president has tweeted. The DOJ is giving those lawyers until Friday to respond. And let's not forget the Supreme Court ruled that Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross's rationale for adding this question was contrived. And now these administration lawyers are actively searching for a new reason to add this question, but legal experts tell us that the president has no right to delay the census. Cecilia?
Thank you, Tara. This is causing massive confusion there in Washington this morning.
Certainly is, Cecilia. And we also have the latest now on the race for 2020. Democratic candidates on the trail taking on President Trump directly. Last night, California Senator Kamala Harris calling him a predator.
I took on successfully, and I prosecuted the big banks when they preyed on homeowners. I've prosecuted the pharmaceutical companies when they preyed on seniors. I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations when they preyed on women and children. I know predators, and we have a predator living in the White House.
Harris has been gaining support after her debate performance last week. We're going to turn now to a social media glitch affecting some of the billions of Facebook and Instagram users, preventing them from uploading and seeing photos and videos. Oh my. ABC's Janae Norman is here. And Janae, a lot of users, I joke, but they were fired up about this.
Right. I mean, upset to say the least, guys. You may have noticed it also. Facebook and Instagram apologized a little after noon Eastern time yesterday, of all places, on Twitter, saying they were working to get things back to normal. About 7 hours later, not only did Instagram announce everything was working again, look, it posted a celebratory GIF that's very seasonably appropriate. Fireworks. Facebook and Instagram were apologetic, but that didn't help many users trying to get their fix of cute puppies and seeing what their friends ate for lunch. Some tweeted frustrations like this guy saying, if we each post this image once, the Facebookers and Instagrammers will just assume Twitter is down too and leave us alone. The social media platforms experienced outages earlier this year and last year, you may remember. Facebook says yesterday's issue was based on a maintenance operation that triggered it.
Well, and it was interesting because instead of getting the pictures that we couldn't download, instead we were getting descriptions of pictures, which was odd.
It was a crazy phenomenon that some users reported seeing. So check out this image that was posted by The Verge. Look at how instead of the image itself there,
They're captions saying things like image may contain a flower or cloud. So it's designed to analyze images for blind users, but the glitch also gave a look at how Facebook's AI automatically tags your pictures. So a kind of behind the scenes look there.
Well, thank God it's all been fixed.
Exactly,
Yes,
yes.
right? Yeah.
There was a moment of panic for a while there.
All is well for Throwback Thursday.
GMA, thank you so much. We do want to turn now to the latest on that Navy SEAL speaking out after being acquitted of murder charges and the death of an ISIS prisoner. He was sentenced Wednesday on a lesser charge, his rank reduced. ABC's Will Carr joins us now from San Diego, California with the very latest. Will, good morning.
And Whit, the jury essentially just gave that SEAL a slap on the wrist, considering that he was facing life in prison. This morning, he's a free man.
This morning, Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher is celebrating his independence after the nearly 20-year combat veteran was acquitted of murdering a captured teenage ISIS fighter. On Wednesday, a jury decided to demote the decorated special officer, convicting him for wrongfully posing next to the corpse of that teen. Gallagher apologized to the jury for bringing a black eye to the Marines and the Navy. After the acquittal, Gallagher telling Fox News,
I believe, they tried to frame me as a criminal from the get-go, but, we knew the truth the whole time.
Prosecutors were unable to get the most serious charges to stick, alleging that in 2017, Gallagher killed this teenager, seen wounded in this Iraqi TV video. At trial, a fellow SEAL testified Gallagher was supposed to treat the teen, but instead stabbed him.
I just want to make clear that this this small group of SEALs that decided to concoct this story in no way, shape, or form represent the community that I've loved.
The bombshell in the trial came when Corey Scott, a SEAL with immunity in the case, testified that he, not Gallagher, was the real killer.
It was shocking, but this whole thing has been shocking.
Throughout, Gallagher has received support from President Trump. The commander-in-chief even got Gallagher out of confinement before the trial.
What do you want to say to President Trump?
Thank you. After the acquittal, the president tweeting in part to the Gallagher family, "Congratulations. You have been through much together. Glad I could help."
The jury sentenced Gallagher to time served and dropped his rank from an E7 to an E6, but asked if he would serve his country again after everything he's been through. Gallagher said, absolutely. Cecilia.
Okay, well, thank you. We're going to turn now to the miraculous rescue of a newborn baby found alive in a dumpster. This morning, we're hearing from the hero maintenance worker who discovered her and his life-saving 911 call. ABC's Zachary Quiche is here with the latest on this. Good morning, Zachary.
Cecilia, good morning to you as well. For the first time, we're hearing the 911 calls after that precious little baby was found next to a heap of trash. It all went down in Boca Raton, Florida, and this morning we are told this resilient young child is alive and well. It's the incredible discovery that was made at this West Palm Beach apartment complex by two maintenance workers back in May.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes, there's a baby in the garbage.
Baby in the garbage.
The workers at first say they thought the baby was a whimpering cat.
Is the baby breathing?
Yes, he's still alive.
According to police, the baby's mother, 35-year-old Rafael Sousa, admitted she delivered the baby in her bathroom, then abandoned her in the dumpster, claiming she thought the baby was stillborn. Sousa has pleaded not guilty to attempted murder and child abuse.
Try your best just to wrap them in your arms, okay? Just the warmth from your body will help, okay?
Okay.
All right, sir, we have police and paramedics coming to you, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
This morning, an emotional reunion between that baby and her father. In this exclusive footage shot by ABC affiliate WPBF, the father just overjoyed after the Department of Children and Families turned over the now nearly 2-month-old baby.
So glad there was a happy reunion there. So, Zachary, you're learning more about baby India, another newborn who was found abandoned late last month.
Yeah, just an incredible story there. Baby India is doing well. She was found in a trash bag, just a couple hours old at the time, and found in a similar way, but just an incredible story.
Well, we're glad that they have positive endings.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Zachary.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We're going to turn now to that big victory for Coco Gauff, the 15-year-old tennis phenom winning her second round match easily, taking on an opponent twice her age. Let's go to ABC's Ian Pannell in Wimbledon with all the latest on that. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Amy, on a glorious Wimbledon day. Just look at it. The sun is out, the crowds are here, the strawberries are ripe. What could be better, right? Well, how about a fairy tale story about a young girl from Florida who could go on to be the youngest ever Wimbledon champion? Overnight, this fairy tale got another incredible chapter. With poise and power beyond her years, 15-year-old Corrie Coco Gauff sailed into the third round of Wimbledon after dominating an opponent twice her age.
The newest star shines a little brighter.
Coco's latest victory coming just 2 days after the American teen sensation rocked the tennis world with a first-round victory over her idol, Venus Williams.
It's a dream debut for the 15-year-old.
That win making her an instant star, bringing the praise and approval of some of the greats.
Hey, there she is. How's everything? Congratulations. Thank Great job. Were you playing?
Last song for two.
Okay. Play well.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You got that on camera. I could lie and say it wasn't hard, but it was definitely hard to reset. All this buzz going on, and I was just telling myself, if you want more moments like that, you got to continue to work hard and continue to stay focused.
But reset she did on Wednesday, defeating Slovakia's Magdalena Rybarikova. The packed house and her proud parents on their feet in a rare ovation.
And she did it with such style.
Everything has come together. I am so proud of my daughter, watching her, the maturity that she has developed in these last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Obviously, she wants to win the tournament, but regardless of the outcome for me, we've already had a success because we've come here and we've seen growth in her.
Coco now the youngest woman to advance to Wimbledon's third round since 1991, and she's not intimidated.
I think I can beat anyone who's across the court, and if I don't think I can win the match, then I won't even step on the court.
Well, what an incredible story, right? And let's not forget, we're talking about a schoolgirl who only turned 15 in March and has been doing exams in between qualifying. Like other teenagers, she's been talking about what she does in her spare time, watching YouTube videos about makeup and prank videos as well. But when she gets out on that court, she is one of a kind. Guys?
Yeah, certainly she is. Ian, thank you so much. She sounded just like my daughter until the tennis thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, she's quite distinctive.
Some of her teachers didn't even know that she plays tennis until she was in Wimbledon.
And the intensity on her face when she's competing, just incredible.
She's amazing.
True pro.
I can't wait to keep watching her, and you all can see the action at Wimbledon on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
We are certainly going to be watching. We're following a lot of other headlines this morning as families head to the beach. A new shark alert, an 800-pound great white named Miss May detected near a popular vacation spot.
Ooh, and as Team USA gears up for the World Cup finals, the star who subbed in and scored that incredible first goal, there she is against England, Kristen Press, is going to join us right here on GMA.
Plus, the new Disney star making waves as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. All the details first, though. Let's go back to Ginger.
Yes, and should we do a little natural firework, right? That happens and will happen a lot of places. Look at this video. This is from Arcadia, Florida. You see it first? Well, that's in slow motion. There's the real time and then in slow motion. Remember that Florida is the capital of lightning. We've already lost 6 lives this year to lightning, so just keep that in mind today. And then, of course, the real fireworks will come, and so we'll have a forecast for that. But boy, if you are anywhere from parts of Wyoming into Nebraska, you're going to see severe storms today. Looks like mostly a damaging wind thing. We're talking more than 70-mile-per-hour winds. Your local weather 30 seconds away. First, though, the 4th of July cities, sponsored by Ancestry.
I didn't really know anything about my family history. Went to Ancestry. I put in the names of my grandparents first. I got a leaf right away. A leaf is a hint that is connected to each person in your family tree. I learned that my 10 times great-grandmother is George Washington's aunt. Within a few days, I went from knowing almost nothing to, holy crow, I'm related to George Washington. This is my cousin George.
Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Stay hydrated and stay on storm alert for today. We're on weather alert for the storm threat noon to 8 p.m. Today could have some heavy rain and some high winds with those scattered storms noon until 8 p.m. for today. Meanwhile, your temperature gets up to 91 degrees at 3 p.m. The heat index, what it will feel like, close to 100. We'll do it all over again Friday and even on storm threat through the weekend. A little cooler, less humid on Monday.
Started here, guys.
That's right.
We'll be right back. Happy 4th.
Corey is living with metastatic.